The 5100 must be your baby at this point. If you were to upgrade, you had one in mind. Yeah, you have one in mind.
I do. It's There was a time when I was going through a very bad situation, shift pickup.
Let it out. Let it out.
You know what? Like I started grading by I think some filter on CapCut. I would rather let my content breathe, even though it means that people might scroll.
Does that happen often where you go and shoot and then you come back and you're like, "Ugh, this is or
All the
you think
time.
it
But
Oh,
to be honest, I didn't think about anything. I was like, when,
this is
when
why
I
you're
was
always worried. This is why you're always worried when you get home. So I finally got to talk to Pear, who I've been following for about a year and a half. I initially found her stuff on YouTube and then slowly been following her work on Instagram, and it's been amazing to see her progression as a storyteller. We got to talking about the processes, her gear, her grade, and all of that kind of stuff. So if you guys do enjoy this, please like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, let's get on with the podcast. First of all, how did you get into like the filmmaking, storytelling,
okay.
cinematography?
So a lot of people don't know. I actually graduated film school, but it was like 10 years ago. And I didn't care about making it my career. Like I just joined the film school for the sake of being a cool, university student. And also like I missed the opportunity to get into like um my actual dream major. So I was like, okay, let's join film. It looks cool. And also like it feels natural to me. Back then I was also like kind of drawn to like art stuff. But to be honest, I didn't think too much when I joined the film school. I was like, yeah, let's just give it a try. And then after graduating, I swear to God that I would never pursue like this path because I remembered how I was so traumatized by the internship, like back in the day, because I was interning. I was in an internship program for the art direction like company. And then I didn't feel like I had contribute anything. We had to wake up at like 5 a.m. every single day and like came home at 1 a.m. And that's just how the normal production life is like, especially in the big company, big organization. You don't really have a choice. You just have to stick to their schedule. And yeah, that's how I felt about cinematography back then. I was like, man, I learned something, but I didn't want to pursue this anymore. So I left the industry completely after graduation. I didn't have anything to do with filmmaking. And but I still do have some editing skills. I remembered editing class was my favorite hours, like compared to other subjects. So I just came back to creating stuff just 2.5 years ago. At first, I was just pursuing being a normal like content creator. I was just thinking about like creating travel content because back then I was working a remote job and then I was traveling a lot. So was trying to get into content creation, but then I just don't feel like I didn't feel so proud of my work until um there was a time when I was going through a very bad situation, shift pickup.
Let it out. Let it out. Let's talk about it.
I'm sorry, but yeah. Yeah, that was when uh it was one of the worst time of my life, and I remember I needed some something, to focus on. I needed something to like grow in. I didn't even know like which direction it was. But then I kept watching YouTube videos and I stumbled across Natalie Lynn, the
Oh yeah, yeah,
legendary.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love her. So I saw her videos and she said that she was doing all of that alone by herself. I was amazed. Like, how could someone make a whole film? And it was so emotional as well. Like, after watching one of her, I think, borderless episodes,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was
Incredible.
just like, yeah, I just bawled my eyes out. And like, I was just sitting there and I was like, what? Like, how? Like, yeah. So after that, I was like, mm, maybe like I should try something like this as well. And that's the the first video that you react. That's the
Oh
first
yeah,
video
that was the
that
very
I
first
re
video. That was like the only
yeah.
video on the channel, and I was like, "What am I watching?" Yeah, that's it's crazy.
Yeah, that's the first video. And also like before this, even though I was in a film school, camera has never been my strength. I was
Mm-hmm.
never into camera. I was in something else. Like I was planning, I was always the one doing like um maybe like art direction or editing, but never cameraman because I got overwhelmed by like those technical stuff. So I completely like believed that I was not made for camera. And then um once I got that feeling, that urge after watching Natalie Lynn's, um I was like, I had this tiny camera that I bought like a long time ago. Um, and it was like used. It was like secondhand. I bought for I think 275 dollars. Yeah. With
That's the
kit
5100 that you're using right now.
yeah, with
Wow.
with the kit lens. And I was like, okay, let's give it a try. I just started watching all the YouTube tutorials about like how to set up the camera to make it as cinematic as possible. Yeah, and that's how I got started.
That's so crazy. I know exactly what you mean in terms of like the industry. So I graduated. I should have introed myself because you're probably like, "Who is this guy?" I I graduated from film school as well, or like film and broadcasting, long time ago as well. So here in Toronto, but it is like grueling. Like you start at the very bottom, and it turns a lot of people off, and then like you're doing long days and things like that. Um, but it's cool. I didn't know. Yeah, probably a lot of people didn't know that you got into it, and it's also interesting that you didn't like camera work because majority of people that's usually what it's the opposite where they don't like editing because it's like time consuming, and then the camera work is always like the fun stuff or the cool stuff. Okay, so that was 2.5 years ago, right? That you said started. After getting into it, you actually quit your job last year, right? Full time job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full time job. How was that jumping from? Because that's also like a crazy journey. So two
Uh,
and a half years ago, and then a year and a half after you quit your job.
yeah. Okay,
What?
so the journey was kind of insane. Like it's so full of ups and down, and it's not consistent at all. Like it's not like, oh my God, I grind until I got
Yeah.
into this point. It's not like that. It's just like um 2.5 years ago I started posting on YouTube, right? And then I just kept posting, I think 4 or 5 more videos on YouTube. And then I just lost um I feel like YouTube is a like is a long process. Like I would say, it's a very long process. I respect all the long form creators, like because there's a lot of planning going into before even pressing record. Like there's a lot of planning, especially like in filmmaking space. Yeah, so I just lost momentum. I just got stuck in the planning process and didn't move forward. And then I just stopped. I completely stopped for I think almost a year. Yeah, back then I was just like living my life, working my remote job, and then didn't think too much about like pursuing content anymore. And then another bad things happened to me again.
That's actually the best. That's like that's the best. I find with so many people and creators, I'm like, yeah, it's always a break. It's like artists in general. It's always something bad that happens that kicks you back into it, and you're like, it's like going to the gym. You know,
Exactly.
when you're like when you go through something like that, you're like, I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna start working out, or I'm gonna like start moving.
No,
But
for real. Like I like something bad happened to me again, and I was like, man, I got this urge again. I gotta go back to this content creation shit. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I
no,
swear.
you can swear. We're good. What?
But but yeah, I was like, yeah, let's do it again. Let's give it a try. But this time, I'm trying to put less pressure on myself and trying to like um, go in like focus on the platform that I feel most comfortable with. And back in June last year, it was Instagram. I was
Yeah.
yeah, um I felt like I could still manage to do short form while having a full-time job. And I also like started seeing the short form creators in filmmaking space, and I started consuming more and more like those kind of content. And then yeah, that's how I got back into it. So bad thing happened to me again. And then I started this series. Um I think it's I don't remember. It's the series about like making daily life cinematic,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
shooting whatever happening in my life. And the my perk is that I am living in a remote island in Thailand. So there's a lot of like stuff that I can go out and film. And yeah, that's when I um, started being more consistent posting on Instagram. And then Upbeat. And then Upbeat.
Yeah.
Upbeat is the first brand who
Oh,
yeah,
are they? Did they reach out? They're
yeah.
the first time to reach out.
Yeah, I think I mean there was some I think one or two brands that reached out to me, but I agreed to Upbeat for the first brand to work with
Oh,
because
that's crazy.
yeah, because I've been like using Upbeat since the first video you saw. Like
Oh, really? That was even before I
exactly.
was talking. Wow.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
I've
crazy.
been I've been their user like for a very long time until today because like yeah back then I was just searching for the music platform, and then
Yeah.
I think I found Upbeat, and then I immediately subscribed because I love their music. And then after that I just kept using it, and then yeah, one day Upbeat just emailed me, it's Joe, she's the best. I
Joe,
love
shout out
Joe.
to Joe.
I love
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first brand that I officially signed and worked with. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Cause you have a playlist on their site. So if anyone doesn't know Upbeat, some of their partners and stuff, they create these curated playlists. And as I was watching your stuff, like prepping for this interview, I'm listening to the music that you choose, and it's very the selection is really good because it fits the mood really well, and I wanted to ask you about it. And then yeah, I wanted to like I was going through your playlist, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. You have such like a variety, like jazzy feel and very upbeat. So, um, wow, that's cool that they were the first ones and like they reached out, which was over a year ago. Must have been like 2 years ago.
No, Uppbeat reached out to me, I think in August last year. Because I started being more consistent on Instagram and then one video went viral. Um it's the one that showing the shop and then showing the setup and then cut to the shop.
The
And it
keyboard?
got
Is
like
it your keyboard?
yeah, it got
Yeah.
like 3 points, I don't know, 3.5
I think
million views.
almost not almost 4 mil.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then after that, I think Upbeat probably noticed me from that video, and then she reached out to me.
Well, shout out to Uppbeat. Yeah, this was it. We didn't plan to do this, but shout out to Uppbeat. That's amazing. No, they're great because like I talk with Jenna. I don't know if you've ever. She does like a lot of the partners stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Jenna, she's been amazing. I think the whole team. I've been talking like to more of the people on the team, and it just feels like pretty like a tight knit community over there, and
Yeah, yeah.
just like helping all types of creators, but like a lot of the new creators, I feel like they're really jumping on and trying to find the ones that are on the come up, and it's just cool. It's really cool. But okay, well, I guess since we're talking about music and stuff, how do you choose your music when you actually make your videos? Is there a or I guess what's your process in general? Because like there's so many different things. There's scripting, there's shooting, and then grading, obviously.
I think I would say my process is very messy because a lot of times I just got stuck in the planning mode. Like I would script for a week for like one short form. Sometimes I was like writing for a week and then just deleted the whole thing again and then rewrite it again. I just got stuck in the scripting because I try to make it sound like me as much as possible. So the first thing that I would do in the video planning is scripting. I think every creators do that. So I will focus on like one core message of that video and then expand around that core message. So the core message and then focus on the feeling um, for the core message itself. And then I will pick the music first
Oh,
and
okay, music
then
first.
yeah, I picked the music first. I would just like go on a platform and then listen to each of them and just like, you know, try to imagine, visualize if this like fit the core message, if this fit the emotion I want to convey. Yeah. So usually
Wow.
I just like pick the music first.
Do you ever like type in a feeling? Is that how you do it? Or do you just generally know how the feeling is after you script it out because of the message?
No, because I am trying to have just one or two um, music choice. Like I always go for like accordion and vintage kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not even sure how to like describe the music genre, but usually it's accordion. Like to give the I don't know if anyone is like this, but every time that I listen to like this kind of music, like accordion or jazz, gypsy jazz, I just feel like I don't know, like it gives me like mixed feelings of um being happy and also being sad.
Yeah,
Like
no, I know exactly. It's such a weird thing that I know exactly what you mean. It's like a mix. It's just like you're the in between, and which is actually crazy that like isn't your isn't your playlist? Isn't your playlist moments in between, or isn't that the title of your playlist? Okay.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Yeah, it's the feeling of the in between where it's like I don't know. I totally get what you mean though.
yeah. Like it gives me like this kind of bittersweet feeling, and like I'm not sure if this is the main reason that people feel drawn to my work, but a lot of people like DM me and then or commented under my post and then said that um they love the way I convey feelings. Like there's one supporter that he always DM me and then he he said that like there's so many bigger creators with higher gear quality, but he doesn't feel as connect to the content as he feels to mine. So that's, I mean, that means so much because that's my intention in the first place. I want it to feel super down to earth and very approachable.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of my edits is pretty simple. I would say like it's pretty simple. It's not like
It's
it
not like
doesn't
high
have
transitions and like
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, yeah. It's
yeah,
very like much of a slower pace. Yeah,
exactly.
for sure. And it fits the vibe, like the island and just the storytelling, even the way that you present stuff. Um, I yeah, no, I totally get it. But that's why I think for me, I watch so many videos, and a lot of the times it is like a lot of crazy transitions. That's just because that's how my feed is. But like, I need a break sometimes. Like, I need to slow down a little bit. So that's why I enjoy a lot of the storytellers. And obviously, like a lot of YouTubers, just longer format stuff. But it's nice to see you doing it on a short form platform because it's like a nice change of pace. You know. So, yeah, and some of my favorite videos too of yours is like with your grandma. Like those are like my favorite. Those ones are my favorite. Like absolutely my favorite. I think also too is like I don't have any grandparents left. So, seeing that and then like and the music that you choose for it makes you feel so good. And like just the storyline behind it. There's always a story I find with your videos. Is it hard though to come up with a story? Are you trying to come up with a story every time? And like does that make it hard?
No, actually, like a lot of times, like for example, my grandma videos, I didn't even know what I was going for. I didn't know like the core message at first when I was
Mm.
capturing. I was like, yeah, this is what I always do when I go home. I always sit with my grandmother and like we go through all these photo albums. It's something that I do every single year. And I thought that and I never filmed that before. And I thought that I should film at that moment when we were like just going through the photo albums and then when I came back and look at the footage, then I looked through all of them and then the script was just like slowly created naturally in my head. Like if you see like the visuals, um you kind of like know which direction is going to shape. Yeah,
Mhm.
sometimes it's like that. I mean, a lot of times I just film without um maybe like deep there's a deep part in my brain that already knew like something was there, but I didn't like write it down. I didn't know exactly what it is, but I just like filmed and then I came back to look at the footage and then that's when like the ideas um became more solid and then I start scripting. Sometimes it's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like you document, um, you're also like a documenter who's document your life and then put stuff together and then maybe you script and then reshoot stuff. So did you have to like reshoot any of that stuff after you scripted, or did you have all the footage after?
Mm, I never reshoot.
Yeah, it's just it's like whatever I get was whatever I get.
Yeah. I never reshoot because I believe that um I I I want to keep it real, first of all. And also like if there's anything missing, I would find um I always find like something to fill the gap. Like I have this mindset that I will make do. Like I don't have to go back and reshoot anything. And that also applies to like some brand videos. Like I would plan all the stuff and then I film and then I will look at the footage and then if there's anything like is not matched with what I had um in the planning, I would improvise like in
Yeah.
the editing. Yeah, I don't usually reshoot.
That's a lot of I feel like creatives, it's a lot of problem solving. So it's like at that point you're like, what am I filling this with? And then piecing it together like a puzzle. But that's cool. I was talking to another creator last week and she was saying she doesn't reshoot either or do anything because doesn't feel as authentic, and she's very much like in the moment, let me see what happens. Even in the editing, sometimes she just doesn't even know what the technique is gonna look like. She just starts trying stuff and then because that's authentic to her. So I'm finding more and more creators are doing that as opposed to the very heavy planning and like executing and then trying to reshoot and stuff. So it's cool. It's cool to like hear everyone's processes. Yeah, okay. Maybe we'll watch let's watch that video with your grandma, if you don't mind. Just so people can hear and see it. You can actually see I was like going through your page a
Mhm.
couple days ago and you can see where like the grade starts that like the because you have a very unique grade color grade, and for anyone who's watching, she does have it. You have like a LUT pack and stuff like that, which I'll link down below for anyone that wants to check it out. But like I don't know if you remember when you started to change the grade because it's
Yeah,
very when you do
different now.
this you could really start to see where it changes.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
Actually, when did you because it's like almost right here. You could see like things. You could tell in the
Yeah.
blues it's a little bit more green. When did that happen? And like why did that happen actually?
You know, you know what? Like I started grading by like some I think some filter on CapCut.
He's spilling all the tea right now. Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
No, no, literally. Like I didn't I mean,
Like
I
you
didn't
saw it and then you're like, "Ooh, I like these colors." And it's like, why do these look good and then you just like
yeah,
emulated
but
it?
I mean, I used that filter and then I tweaked. Like I used that filter and then I used another adjustment layer to make
Mm.
it a little like to add those like greenish
Greenish
color
blue,
on the
yeah.
highlight. Yeah, that's how I did it back then. And then I started to make to like to find my own colors
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
after like playing with all the curves with the graphs and everything. I just started to find like my own style. And yeah, after that I just stick to it. I think until now it's a little lighter. Right now I feel like I try to like make it more natural than before
Yeah,
because
yeah,
before
for
it
sure.
it was like really greenish. But I was so into like this film stuff, like the
Yeah, yeah,
green
yeah.
kind of film, like vintage film. I was so into that, but now I kind of like want to lean towards more natural kind of grade.
No, it's cool to see. It's cool to see and I don't know, creators because I'm like watching the videos and I'm scrolling through it like this and I can see how like the changes and the adjustments and the things that,
Mm-hmm.
so it's really really
Yeah.
cool.
Every year, I sit in the same spot at my grandma's house, same photo albums, same pages. But every year, there's a photo I swear I've never seen before. I ask the same question: who is this? When was this taken? Then I see my mom before me, not as my mother, just a person, living a life I hadn't entered yet. My grandma laughs and turns another page, a photo of me as a child. I stare at it, trying to remember how that day felt. But I just can't. I don't remember the sound of my own laugh, or what I was afraid of back then, or what I thought the world was going to be. She remembers it all. Growing up is strange like that. You don't lose your memories all at once. You lose access to them. One day they just fade enough to scare you. So every year I come back here to sit in the same spot, to look at the same pages, to ask the same questions, to borrow pieces of myself from the people who know me better than anyone.
So this was script first. This was
No.
sorry. This was shooting. You just
Yeah.
documented, went back, and then scripted.
I didn't even think too much about like the if
What
you
you're gonna
see the
talk
first
about and say. Like when
yeah,
you
like
went to sit down and you started seeing the photos, did it start to formulate a little bit in your head?
yeah, yeah.
There's just so many different types of shots. Like how are you getting this shot? Are you bringing your tripod? Like do you actually have the equipment that you bring over, or was everything just you're just trying to
Yeah,
figure it out?
I brought my Ulanzi tripod
Tripod, yeah,
that it can do the C stand kind of.
yeah, like the overhead.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
so I just used that. Mhm.
wow, yeah, because like for this not being planned, I'm like there's such a variety of shots, and like there's no lights, or is this like natural light, or are you using a light?
It's completely natural.
Mm.
Yeah. And also you will see like there's some flickering because because my uncle was doing some woodwork outside and then it was like that. So you
I don't
see
even
what I
notice
mean?
that.
You see what I mean? I don't reshoot. Like I just use
Yeah.
what I have. Yeah.
But that's good. Like I feel like that also is it's like the authentic feeling. This is a great shot too. Was that in between the stairs, like the frame within the frame? I know you live on an island. Um I was thinking, how do you always come up with things? Is there always things to shoot all the time?
No.
That's what I find it's hard. I was like a lot of people um you really have to get creative, I guess, with where you shoot and what you
Yeah,
shoot. Yeah.
absolutely. Like I really need to get creative. But to be honest, like my the island that I'm living, it's not that remote. Like I mean, there's everything here, everything that I need here. Like there are multiple gyms, there are all the restaurants, like all the night market,
Mhm.
but just there's no like big malls or for example, if I live in Bangkok, I would be able to shoot all those like, nightlife. But here, yeah, it's different. But that means that I have to be more intentional with my content. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing to to live in such a small, not small island. It's not that small, but it's more rural.
Yeah, yeah,
Do I
yeah.
use the right word? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just not it's not just like city life where there's everything. But to me, that's why I love making my content feeling more grounded because
Yeah.
that's also like what I love. I love spending a lot of time in nature. And I just feel like it might also transfer this kind of feeling to my audience as well. Like,
Yeah, for
the
sure,
feeling
for
of
sure.
being in nature. Yeah.
It's like it's such a good because of the pace of it and the storytelling. It's really the moments in between, like getting that. Because sometimes I feel like when it's very fast paced, crazy transitions, it's great, but it's like overwhelming and it's hard to tell a story like that.
Yeah. I
That you
mean,
want.
my brain my brain can't cope with like fast um fast edits. Like I tried before. I tried to like follow the trend, like, just to keep people engaged and like, oh, like there's so many cool videos like this and it looks so cool. I mean, like I respect the creators that can do like really fast edits and it's so cool and they're very skilled. But to me, as a person creating it, like I don't feel too drawn to this kind of fast-paced videos because I get super overstimulated and also I feel like I don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
It's just like cool stuff. Okay, like to me it's just like cool stuff and I don't feel like it's meaningful to me. So I would rather, let my content breathe even though it means that people might scroll.
No, I totally get it. Like, I love all types of videos, and it's just hard for me. I love even like the slower paced videos, a very longer storytelling. But it just sucks because Instagram, like, it doesn't allow me to like sit there and be there for a long time to talk about it. That's why all the slower creators I do on YouTube, because I get to sit there for a while and really like dive into it. Because I love that style too. On my page right now, it's just very much transitions because it's a very quick. Um, but I get exactly what you're saying. Is it harder to be on a short form platform trying to do the slower stuff, or have you kind of found that you could do it and it's
Yeah, I don't think it's harder. I feel like there are more creators nowadays that start valuing like the slower pace edits more than before because I feel like in especially in 2026 I feel like people are so sick of artificial stuff, all the AI, all the fast-paced stuff. So people like started coming back to like the slower analog stuff.
yeah,
And that's always been my style. Like I love for example like the carousel post, like
yeah,
the postcards and everything. I feel like that's my favorite type of content right now because it's like I don't have to think too much about the transition, um the pace and everything. I just like get the message out there, color grade, put the music that convey the emotion I wanted to, and then
yeah.
just let people choose their pace.
I get that. Um, yeah, because I think what I was it your last post is a carousel.
It's the night market.
Yeah, the night market one. Those ones were carousels. Oh, also too, like it was interesting to see because in your caption you talked about how you thought a lot of the shots were bad, and then you came back to it. And does that happen often where you go and shoot, and then you come back and you're like, oh, this is, or
All the
you take
time.
it? Yeah, yeah. You're like, oh, this is horrible, but
All the time. It happens all the time. Like literally every shoot that I go out and I would be like, and to be honest, like I don't think there's not even one day that I come home and like not stressed about like, oh my God.
really,
Yeah.
where you shoot
Like
and you're like, oh my god, I don't even know if I got anything today. Like,
yeah, yeah, like usually it's like that. But every single time I come back to the my editing software and I was like, it's not that bad. Like
you're like, wow, this is actually pretty good. Who shot this?
yeah, like why am I being so mean to myself? Like, yeah, just yeah.
Straight up bully. Oh my gosh. No, that's actually hilarious. Cause also because like I remember you talked about in one of your videos because you're on like a 14-year, it's a 14-year-old camera, no, like a 12-year-old camera. There are some limitations, right? Like the lighting, and sometimes you have to be super steady, right? So that also makes it harder when you go out and shoot, right? Like there are a lot of things you have to
Absolutely.
think about.
But to be honest, I didn't think about anything. I was like,
This is
when
why
there
you're
was
always worried. This is why you're always worried when you get home.
I
You're just
take
like,
that
I
advice.
know.
Maybe that's true. But
That's
yeah,
okay.
like
That's okay.
you
It works.
usually I just yeah. Well, I usually just wing it. Like for example, the Muay Thai video. Did you
Yeah,
watch
the
that?
sparring
Yeah. No, not the
or
sparring.
like the document, like the it felt like a documentary.
Yeah, like the one that I shoot all the process before the fight.
Okay, hold on. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll open it up. Yeah,
Because you know Muay Thai
this one
is
was so good. This was the one I want to
pain.
talk about.
Muay Thai is pain. Pain, really pain. If you don't like it, cannot do Muay Thai. If your heart say no, it's no. Very hard, you know.
Because the music here too is so good. Yeah, shooting in like a dark place like this has got to be a little tough. No?
Yeah, but thankfully I have got the my Sigma lens f1.4.
1.4? Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's always open because you're like, yeah, it's got to be like bright. God
Yep.
dang. Actually, I want to ask you because, your gear is always talked about. It's always a crazy subject, especially in this type of niche where, it's all about gear and like people gear reviews and there's always a new camera coming out and stuff like that. Do you have, I know the 5100 must be your baby at this point, but do you have a camera in mind? Are you even thinking about, if you were to upgrade, you had one in mind, or you're like, nah, I'm gonna stick. Yeah, you have one in mind.
I do. It's Sony wait, A7C Mark II.
Yeah, yeah. The HMC.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yep. Because I went on this trip with Amanda, Singaporean creator. She's an amazing creator. And Amanda, I got to try her camera. And then she said that it's also like compact camera. It's not like
Like big,
full.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not so big. And then I tried holding it, and I think weight really matters to me, especially because when I go out, I used to try like one of my friend's camera, and it was, I'm not sure, it's A7, just A7 or something, but it was really heavy. And
Yeah.
then it makes me want to drop, like, to drop everything and just don't shoot. Like, I don't feel
Yeah.
like I want to shoot anymore because it was so heavy. And then I was like, you know, I was so unhappy. I was so unhappy, like holding it. Yes, because like the whole time I was carrying just like a very compact camera, like just A5100. It weighed nothing. So I tried Amanda's, and she also said like all the good things about it, like it it can also do like a photography, videography, and according to her content, it's amazing. So yeah,
So you're sold on it. Yeah. So weight is a big one. Yeah, because I think for the gear, it's like whatever doesn't get in the way, like whatever is like, because if you're already thinking how heavy it is before you take it out, you've already lost. Like the content's gonna, you're gonna be miserable shooting stuff. You're gonna be like sitting there and
yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
Like sometimes I'm like, I saw like the big setup, like with all the big
Batteries.
yeah
I was like,
the
are you driving? You're doing this. I was like,
like,
are you driving
I,
a car?
I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know how to call
Yes.
it because
And like
the
it's
rig
like a
is
rig.
so
You have
big.
like the battery, the
Yeah,
monitor, you got
yeah.
the handles.
I
Yeah.
know, like, I mean, it probably makes sense if you're doing that for like big production
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're making like a whole movie for like theater or something. But for me, if I'm doing this for content, I need to make it as much as comfortable. How
Yeah.
to say that?
Yeah.
How to say that?
What, comfortable?
Most comfortable as much as possible. I'm sorry, my language is not languaging, but how to say that?
I don't know. You got
Okay.
me confused, and I was like, "Wait, what are we trying to say right now?
I need to make it
The most comfortable?"
the most comfortable as much
Yeah.
as possible.
See, now you're making me feel like I'm talking. I'm like, am I saying it right? I'm like, do I know how to speak this? Is it
Okay,
the
yeah.
most? Yeah, it's the most comfortable. I'm cutting this whole section out. We're just gonna skip this. No. So, yeah, you're trying to make it the most comfortable.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, because like I would never, like it happens to me many times that when I think about how 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 many things I have to bring out of my house just to shoot one thing, and then I just stopped. I don't go out anymore. Yeah, because that's just, I don't know, it is a friction. So
Yeah.
after that I realized that okay, let's just keep it simple. I just use this, like, this is mine set up like for
That's
outdoor shot.
what. Yeah.
Like for outdoor shot, like
For
just this
that's
one.
because I know everyone I was asking a lot. So much people are always surprised. They're always like, "Are you still using the 5100?" Like, oh, with some of the videos, you're like, "Yep, I am."
I'm waiting for Sony to reach out.
Oh, Sony, hey guys, I'm gonna cut this out, and this is what we're gonna post. Sony, reach out to both of us. Imagine they just send you another 5100. They're like, since she loves it so much, here, um,
Uh,
your lifetime supply of 5100s.
uh,
Sony, reach out soon. Okay, so my goddaughter, she's gonna be born this week. I'm so excited. Like my best friend's having his first kid. I have a lot of godsons, so I have like five, and
wow.
my best friend.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I know it's like it feels like it's my kid. I'm saying not even mine. Um, but this whole week I was thinking about my goddaughter, and I'm like, what? When she grows up, I want her to like look up to a lot of women to like that are doing stuff, that are doing a lot of cool stuff, and it's cool because this week I'm actually interviewing a lot of you guys, and I want her to have some cool advice about life, about content creation. It could be about like, you know, getting into things and creativity. What advice do you have for little girls that want to do stuff?
Wow. That's great.
No
That's a
pressure.
great.
No pressure.
Let me give me some time.
Take your time. Take your time. I
Hmm. Great question. I think the biggest advice that I could give as someone who is about to turn 30 this year is that never wait for things to happen to you. Like if you want something, you don't just wait. Like I could have done this long time ago. I had I had this like ambition. I wanted to do content even long before this. Probably like 4 or 5 years ago, but I was waiting for the right time, for the right moment. And I feel like I missed out quite a lot, like waiting. I could have learned more things um, until this point. So yeah, that would be my biggest advice. Like, don't never wait. Um, never wait to be ready. Like, just if you want something, research, and then start doing it, like right away, even if you're not ready.